Osho. Sorry. No, I enjoyed this video because it reminds me of all of God's truth. And I've often said the same thing. The way people act and everything, the way they do, it's kind of like in the times of Jeremiah. They didn't want Jeremiah prophesying to them. They wanted to hear only good things. They didn't want to hear about things to come, about judgment. They didn't want to hear that. They wanted to hear about good things. It's so funny about humans. We all love to hear good things. But sometimes even those things that require a firm hand might not seem good at the time, but there's a reason. It's like when we was children and we got punished. It was to correct us. We had received warning first, and then after we had received the warning, we violated those warnings by not heeding them, and then we got punished. And yet here we are, we're still children today, that in this life, we tend to want to violate our Father's desires and wish, and we violate His commands, pushing the limit. And then when we're reminded of the warning, we don't want to hear it. We want to hear the good things. Let's forget about the punishment. Let's talk about the good things. Give us the good things. I don't want to hear the bad things. I don't want to hear about getting in trouble. I want to hear about what I want to hear. And this goes on. So much violence and so much hate. And they scream and they cry and they holler and bellyache because they want their right, so they can continue to hurt others, so they continue to hate, to continue to do these things, and they call themselves good people. Judgment ain't, it's never a pleasant thing, but it is something that must be done. When someone does wrong, they must be punished. It's funny. They all want someone who will commit an evil deed to be punished, but they themselves don't want to be punished for their evil deeds. What they do, they will smooth coat it, but I'm not doing evil. But what? Yes, they are. A lot of us refuse to see it. And then there's a lot of us who had come to our senses and turned away from the evil to turn to the good, and we try to show about the rewards of those who follow to do good, those who will follow and serve the Lord faithfully, the rewards that are there. They don't want to see that for some reason. I just see that their eyes are so blinded, so much darkness that they're in. I hope and I pray that they will see before it's too late, but I know it's not going to be that way for all of them. And that's what saddens my heart. And they can't understand why we would want to even love them still, to care enough. They see us as being bad because we care. But that's okay. If my love for them means to warn them and trying to reach out so they can find a way to the light, then yes, I will be a bad person, if that's what a bad person is. They don't understand anymore. Can't tell the difference between what is good and right. That which is evil they'll call good, and this which is good they call it bad. They call it evil. They don't know the difference between good or evil anymore. They've been confused and blinded by lies. But I do hope that they will come to their senses. But I know that not all of them will. And there's going to be countless thousands of millions of them pouring into hell. And each day, every minute and second, there's thousands and thousands and thousands that die and are pouring into hell. They see hell as a place of fiction. At one time they would have seen it as most than likely a real place, but now they just see it as a fictional place. But they found that it is real because they're being poured into it. Hell was created originally, for Lucifer, for him and his following angels. Those who had followed him. That was the ones it was created for. That's what hell was. So naturally, because those who refused to listen to God and listened to Lucifer, now hell is for those who are all followers of Lucifer, those who follow the ways of rebellion. And you start seeing it going on in the churches today. Rebellion. They want to rebel against church leaders. I'm not talking about those leaders who are leading their people into hell. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about they want to rebel against the spiritual leaders who's trying to lead them into heaven, those who really do love God and have a concern for those souls. There's ones trying to lead a rebellion against them. And some are quite well succeeding in their rebellion, following after the ways of Lucifer. But I'll be glad when the Lord comes. But I'll be sad for all these other people, because all these people do not have the light. They don't have the Lord. They don't have the truth. They know nothing of what's going on around them because they're so blinded. They're in darkness. And we're not showing the light. It's time to let the light shine. But we're in evil times. So let us start praying more and getting our hearts ready and live our life in such a way that the lights will shine bright. But right now we haven't been living our lives in such a way that the light will shine forth into the darkness. We haven't been letting the light of Yeshua shine through us into the darkness, to shine His light forth on those out there who are blinded. Let us all start living our lives the way we're supposed to be. Let's follow this. Follow the Lord's teachings. Let us lead others to the light. Love the video. It's an awakening message. I hope. Shalom.